Have you ever felt like something was wrong with you? Other people get excited about traveling, but you'd rather stay at home. They enjoy parties, meeting new people, and trying new experiences, but you usually say no. When a good opportunity appears, instead of feeling excited, you feel anxious. Sometimes life is finally going well, everything seems fine, and yet you still feel uncomfortable. If this sounds familiar, especially if you had a painful childhood, there may be a scientific explanation for it. It's not because you're lazy, it's not because you don't know how to enjoy life, it's because your brain may have learned something very strange. Happiness is not safe. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? How could joy possibly be dangerous? But this is exactly what can happen when you grow up in a stressful, unstable, or emotionally neglectful environment. To understand why, you need to go back to childhood. As a child, your brain was like a learning machine. It constantly observed the world and tried to answer two questions: what is safe and what is dangerous? If you had grown up in a loving and stable family, your brain would have gradually learned that trying new things is safe, making mistakes is normal, expressing emotions is acceptable, and happiness is something worth pursuing. But maybe that wasn't your experience. Maybe you grew up in a home filled with arguments. Maybe you were neglected. Maybe you lived in constant tension, never knowing when the next bad thing would happen. Today, your parents might be laughing together. Tomorrow, the house might be filled with shouting. One moment, you might receive praise. A few minutes later, you might be harshly criticized. Sometimes you received love, other times you felt ignored. Everything felt unpredictable, and that unpredictability taught your brain a very different lesson. Don't expect too much. Don't trust too much. Don't get too happy. Don't let yourself feel too safe, because good things can disappear at any moment. Imagine being that child again. One day, your family is laughing together. You feel happy. A few minutes later, your parents start fighting. Or maybe someone praises you and you feel proud of yourself. Then suddenly, you're scolded for a small mistake. Or perhaps you're enjoying a peaceful day and something frightening happens out of nowhere. Experiences like these don't happen only once. They happen again and again and again. Eventually, your brain starts seeing a pattern. Whenever I feel happy, something bad happens. Logically, this isn't true, but your brain isn't designed to prioritize logic. It's designed to keep you alive. If it detects anything that might lead to pain, it tries to avoid it, even if that thing is happiness. This is why you may have grown up with a strange contradiction. You want to be happy, but when happiness gets close, you pull away. You want healthy relationships, but when someone genuinely cares about you, you become guarded. You want exciting experiences, but when opportunities appear, you find reasons to avoid them. Sometimes you don't even understand yourself. Maybe you've told yourself, "I'm just boring. I don't enjoy fun activities. Maybe I'm simply not the kind of person who loves life." But the problem isn't your personality. The problem lies in your brain's alarm system. Research on childhood adversity suggests that prolonged stress can change the way your brain processes reward and pleasure. Simply put, your brain can become less sensitive to positive experiences. That's why you can go through the same experience as someone else and feel completely different. You go on a trip, other people feel excited, you feel tired. You have dinner with friends, other people feel energized, you want to go home. You're invited to try something new, other people feel curious, you feel pressured. It's not because you're doing this on purpose, it's because your nervous system has become accustomed to staying on guard. It keeps asking, what if something goes wrong? What if I get my hopes up and end up disappointed? What if I get hurt again? And when your brain is constantly preparing for danger, it has very little energy left to enjoy life. There's another truth that's perhaps even sadder. You might think that you're always seeking happiness, but very often your brain is seeking familiarity instead. If your childhood was filled with loneliness, chaos, tension, or disappointment, those feelings can become your definition of normal. That sounds strange, but your brain often prefers what is familiar over what is good. This is why you may feel uncomfortable when life finally starts getting better. A healthier relationship feels strange. A better job creates anxiety. A peaceful period of life makes you uneasy. Deep down, you keep thinking, this won't last. I shouldn't get too happy.
something bad is going to happen. You're not enjoying the present, you're preparing for a future disaster that may never come. It's like returning home from a war but never being able to lower your guard. Sometimes your brain goes even further. It starts sabotaging good things. You postpone opportunities, you decline invitations, you avoid meeting people. You tell yourself, maybe another time, I don't need it, it probably won't be that enjoyable anyway. But deep inside, your brain is trying to protect you. It believes, if I don't expect anything, I won't be disappointed. If I don't open up, I won't get hurt. If I don't try something new, I won't have to face uncertainty. At one point in your life, this was an incredibly useful survival strategy. It helped you get through difficult years. But as an adult, that same strategy can become an invisible prison. The good news is that your brain can learn again. Every time you try something new and nothing bad happens, your brain updates its beliefs. Every time you allow yourself to enjoy a happy moment a little longer, you're sending a new message to your nervous system. I am safe. Not every good thing ends in pain. Not every close relationship leads to heartbreak. Not every joyful moment is a trap. And perhaps the hardest thing about having a painful childhood isn't learning how to endure sadness. It's learning to believe that you're allowed to be happy, that you deserve joyful experiences, and that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is not to keep surviving. It's to step into the good things life offers you and allow yourself to truly enjoy them.